Nostalgia. Why I am a turtle. Thank you guys for clicking on to my second Timidly Talk. Cannot believe that I've only made two of these because regardless of what format I make, I feel like I've been evolving in terms of my emotional awareness and understanding vulnerability so much. And it's so mind-boggling to me because I wish I started this much sooner in my life before I did a lot of the stupid things I did due to my ignorance of the such. But we're here now, and I'm just super grateful for all the support I've been getting on my videos. But let's get right into it. Why am I a turtle? Well, the first thing in my title is nostalgia. And I feel like I've talked about a lot of negative emotions on my channel, which is perfectly fine because every emotion, whether it's positive or negative, deserves just as much attention. I do not regret those choices at all, but I definitely want to have a positive video and just positivity all through my channel. So let's hit it big with such a beautiful emotion named nostalgia. Now, nostalgia is beautiful because it gives you appreciation for the past. It reminds you of who you are and what you value and have valued in your life. And it also teaches you to look at time itself in a different way. It teaches you to look at it as something that can be mentally rewinded, paused, and appreciated, despite the fact that it feels so relentlessly forward. Now, I'm a turtle because growing up, I was a mega Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. Like, such a mega fan, like, oh my gosh, go touch grass, like, type of fan. I would track down every one of its showings in Nickelodeon because, I mean, I'm still young, but back then, oh my gosh, I feel old. Back then we had cable, so I had to track down the showing times. It's not like I had on demand or knew how to use it. Like, I was so committed, I knew when the showings were. I was able to watch like 90% of the series just off of me tracking down the showing times. So I was just so devoted to it. And one thing, I had a favorite turtle, favorite character, and his name was Raphael. By the way, I'm talking about the Ninja Turtles that look like this, the Nickelodeon new animated looking one. Because the old school versions, the old school animations of the Turtles freaked me out as a kid, so I wouldn't be caught dead watching that one. But this one I was able to enjoy. It looked way more friendly, it was much more enjoyable to the eye, so I was able to follow the storyline. It was one of the first shows I actually really cared about, other than Avatar Last Airbender. But yeah, my favorite turtle was Raphael. And one thing I realized really recently, like while I was making this video idea, was that I connected to the most hard headed and emotionalist character. And like I say, in probably 70% of my videos, I grew up absolutely despising emotion. I was never taught how to actually interact with it, so I wasn't emotional. I just ignored all my emotions. And that's crazy because this channel is all about emotional awareness and vulnerability. So growing up, I just somehow connected with the most emotionalist, the most hardened, the character that hated showing vulnerability of any type at all. That's my favorite character. I just thought he was really cool. I really liked how he carried himself. I saw him as the strongest one. He also had the coolest weapon because they did Donatello so dirty with a stick. But we're not going to start on that. I loved the Ninja Turtles so bad, so much, that I wanted to become one, guys. Like, I'm talking about, I was one of those weird kids that did those random things because they thought stuff was going to actually happen. Like, I did martial art rituals, bro. You would actually catch me like an hour in the hot sun just doing somersaults, cartwheels, and random ninja looking kicks outside while singing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle theme song, bro. Like, I was an absolute geek nerd. And I did potions. Bro, I wanted to be Raphael. I wanted to wake up and turn into Raphael. So I mixed salt, cinnamon, and red food dye, drank that up. I drank that potion and I thought I was going to turn to Raphael. I also bought a Ninja Turtle handbook, bro. Like, If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. I bought it at the book fair. Everybody else was buying Diary of a Wimpy Kid, No David, anything else, and I was just using the little book fair money my parents were able to muster up for me, and I bought a Ninja Turtle handbook. So, I think that I've said enough and explained that one of the most nostalgic things was my obsession over Ninja Turtles. And I love looking back at this. It makes me really appreciate my past. It reminds me of who I am and what I value in the things that I watch. And obviously, or let's say this, unfortunately, Master Splinter never popped out of my toilet and gave me a vat of ooze. He never recruited me despite all the attempts I had to show out outside in my backyard. But since this is YouTube and I had to have an alias of some type, I was like, nah, this is my chance to be a turtle. So now I am a turtle, Timidly Turtle, the most elite turtle. My dream came true, I guess. But thank you guys for watching this video. It was a short one, but my Timidly talks aren't really that long to begin with. It's just me trying to connect more with you guys without having to read a poem or without having to define something. Those formats are a lot more focused for obvious reasons, and I definitely appreciate those videos. But one thing I always like about Timidly Talks is that I can be a little bit more personal with you guys. Maybe you guys were able to reminisce and remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you like them, go ahead and let me know. Matter of fact, everybody comment something that you did that was very embarrassing growing up so that I don't feel too alone. Let's all be a little bit more vulnerable here and share the embarrassing moments. It's all right. This is the community of emotional awareness, of vulnerability, of just bonding and being real. So if you guys like content like this, go ahead and check out my other videos. I recently posted a video called Vulnerability is a Superpower. That's a Timidly Truth video, and go ahead and check that out. It's a very awesome video. I love all my videos, but one video that I would recommend to anyone who just wants to learn a little bit more about what I'm doing is that one. But thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way through. I really appreciate the support, the views I've been getting. I'm getting more unique viewers. I see that on my analytics, and it's just very heartwarming to me because I want my message to be put out there. More than anything, I want my message to be known. I want a community that I can bond with so that we can all help each other on our journeys to being more real. And thank you for everything. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And that being said, remember that vulnerability is strength. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You've got a friend.